Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be organizing my pantry. I didn't buy anything for it. It's just when we moved in at the end of August, I threw everything in there and have not organized it. It has literally pretty much no rhyme and reason. And so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get that all organized with somewhat rhyme and reason, I hope. And what's really funny is Caden is actually pulling things out of our pantry and putting them on the countertops. And he had no idea that I was going to actually do that exact same thing. I'm going to show you the pantry, and then I'm actually going to kind of pull everything out, wipe it all down, and then organize it all on my countertops and then put it away. So I'll show you what the pantry looks like. Right, so this is the pantry. On top, I keep the small appliances and then some other really random things. And then you can just see that like the shelves really don't have much rhyme or reason to them, anything like that. So we're just going to get all this pulled out. Get all this pulled out, wipe everything down, and then say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Get it all pulled out, put it on the countertops, and wipe everything down. Okay y'all, so here is everything that was in the pantry. Holy moly. So I've got to figure out what I want to do. Like I'm kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed by this. So I'm going to take a break from that and clean up in the pantry itself. Okay, so all of this is sort of overwhelming me. There's just so much of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually tackle this in little bits and pieces, and I'm gonna put everything away that goes on the floor. So the dog food bin, the recycling bin, all that we keep on the floor. And then since there are already cans in the pantry, I'm going to put the cans back. And so I'm gonna take all the cans off of the island and put them onto that section over there so I can see what I have, and then put them in the pantry. And if I do it in small steps like that, then it should help me keep my sanity and keep me from just going, nope, I'm gonna quit. Because as we all know, sometimes you have to make a mess or what looks like a giant mess before things really start to get organized and look better. So I'm going to do that.
I'm finding all of the jars, anything that is in a jar, peanut butters, oils, really anything that's in a jar. To me, it just makes sense to have jars next to cans. Here I'm just organizing everything into subcategories like our Asian sauces such as soy sauce and soy paste, oils, hot sauce, and random that I can't think of what category this should go into. So here I'm transferring as much as I can out of the bags into jars. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like bags make a space even more cluttered and messier looking than it actually is. And so when you put it in jars, it just seems to aesthetically look better, but also just keep things more organized, here I had actually gotten several different types of brown sugar, Asian and white brown sugars, and so I didn't know I had all that brown sugar until I sat down and actually went through it and found 3 different bags of brown sugar. So that is why I'm putting everything into a jar so that we don't buy extra stuff that we don't need. Now it's time to put the items that I didn't have a category for into the pantry. So this part of the video, I wanted to show you guys my thinking process. You'll see that I often pause and kind of just turn around inside the pantry trying to figure out what I want to do, and that is really how I decide how things are going to happen. You don't always get to see it, but I do often just start a project without a full solid plan in mind and just let it kind of develop as it goes along, which is very much how this pantry came together. And I tend to always like the results, and so since it works for me, that's what I'm going to keep doing. So here is the end result. Lots more room and space available. I'm going to kind of show you guys how I organized it and what I did. So starting up on the top, this is water filters, extra glasses, the ice trays, dog stuff, and then it goes to the appliances. This is to our rice cooker that just broke, so we have to get a new one. So currently those are not being used, and it kind of goes from least used to most often used small appliances. And then that is part of our air fryer. Come down to the second shelf and you have party supplies, and then starting off with the canned goods. And since I started bulk cooking in January, we didn't actually really stock up, and most of the stuff in the pantry we already had. We did buy 2 big things of the tomatoes because I wanted to leave as much fresh produce for the people who needed it, since we didn't need any. And so then all these canned goods, you've got Asian sauces, different vinegars, oils, dressing, salsas, kind of random things like that, just some random stuff. And then all of the seeds. I actually really hate things being in bags. I'm leaving the pistachios because my husband eats those all the time, so it's pointless to put them in jars. Then down here is our kind of random things. So these are drink mixes or things associated with drinks. Seaweed, which sometimes I put in smoothies. Snack. These 2 are snacks that we eat a lot. This is stuff that goes on a pizza stone whenever we cook pizza. Then our sugars, and then all the bake stuff that we use for baking. So the different types of flours, stabilizers, things like that. You've got curry and hot pot stuff. Over here is extra things that I will refill jars with. All of this here is our grains, and then right here in this tiny little section, because it does include grains, is also our sweet snacks that we don't have very often. Then I no longer need these in the pantry, but I'll just hold on to them until I can find a place for them. Lunch boxes and different types of wraps, plastic baggies. This pile here is extra baggies. And then nothing down below except for
the recycling and the dog food container, which Isaac's picking up more of that today for Twilight so he can eat. And then my little quick access dust brooms. So it looks really great, much better. And I'm not going to put any like labels or anything like that, which would be helpful for my husband, but I eventually want to paint this space. So I'm not gonna do that and then have to tear them down. But I am very pleased with the result. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.